Hello and welcome to Felixstowe Television. We have a really lovely programme for you today. We have Dave and Carol from Felixstowe Radio. They do the Sunday show, and I'm sure you know them and you've heard them. You're now going to see them. And they're here today to talk about, and it's Noel Robinson, who is coming along to the River of Life Church in Felixstowe, and they're going to tell us all about it, and it's a very exciting time. So thank you very much for coming today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for
welcome,
having us on.
welcome.
Thank you.
So, you've got lots to tell us.
Yes, we have.
Yes. So, Noel Robinson, I'm not familiar with him, but I understand he is a very big event. He's
Yes.
a very... Do you call him a star?
He'll
Would that be a right thing
be known
to
as a
call him?
worship artist, wouldn't he?
Mm.
So he's a worship artist.
Oh, right.
Very well known amongst the Christian music world, but probably not that well known in the secular world. So,
Right.
or secular music, should I say?
I know you've been smiling ever since you said that he's coming to Felixstowe.
Oh,
So
yes.
was that difficult? I mean, tell us all about him. I really don't know. So somebody of his calibre will usually be quite difficult to...
Well, he is very busy, and
come,
he
yeah.
is quite a top worship artist, and he travels the world actually, and he's
Wow.
well known, as Dave said, in Christian circles. And Dave, you should tell the inspiration of how you first began to sort of get
Okay.
Noel Robinson here, because
Well-
I have to give credit to Dave for that.
Well, it's
Right.
a bit of a long story, really. We first come to our attention from Felixstowe Radio. So a few of our listeners have been requesting music from Noel Robinson. Following that, we both went to Wembley Stadium, didn't we?
Mm.
To something called the World Day of Prayer about 2 years ago, and headlining sort of on the stage there was Noel Robinson. So really enjoyed his set. After that, I went to something called the Big Church Day Out, which would be like a Glastonbury for Christians, basically.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
It's a
It's,
great
Without the
way of
welly
describing it,
That's the
yeah.
easiest way I can do it.
Without the welly
Without
boots.
the welly boots, that's it. It's probably the
Well,
easiest way.
sometimes there's been welly boots. 1 year I
There
was there in
was,
Stafford,
yeah.
it was welly boots. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was
Oh,
last year
wow.
as well. So, but went to see him on the stage and just said to him afterwards, really enjoyed your worship. And he gave me his card. So I texted him and said when I got home, because on his card was his mobile number, which is unusual. They normally give, the secretary's number or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just texted him to say, really enjoyed your music. Would it be, we'd like to see you in Felixstowe. And his answer was, well, let's make it happen. So
Wow.
talk about let your yes be yes and your no
Yeah.
be no.
Mm.
So we've made it happen, haven't we? So
Do you
Yeah.
think this was meant to happen
I
as
think
well?
this was meant to happen.
Yeah.
There's been a long build-up story to sort of this as well, but I'd be here for weeks if I was telling you about that. But the River of Life Church have agreed to host it, so which is great because they've got the facilities there. And
Are you members of the River of Life Church?
yes,
we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And it's,
Yeah.
have you ever been, Maureen?
No, I've seen the outside.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a huge place.
It is, so it can
Yeah.
hold around about 1,500 people inside, so it is very big, and it's a great opportunity to have a top worship artist like Noel Robinson in that space, really, because what we're hoping is that people from churches all around and people who don't go to church would come along and see him, because he's gospel, and a lot of people, even if they don't go to church, enjoy gospel artists.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
it will be a great evening for anybody who'd like to come along. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of room down at the church. Yeah.
Oh, that's isn't that lovely to know? And so, but we haven't said the date.
no, it's March the 27th. It's a Friday night. The doors open at 7 o'clock, and it should all kick off about 7:30.
Wow.
So,
How many people will go to the river? Is there plenty of room? I think that's what I'm asking.
Yes, it's an area of growth. And are you saying how many members are there at the River of Life?
Well, and if people that don't go to the River of
No.
Life want to come along, it's a huge place.
Yeah.
It
I'm
is,
sure that's
yeah.
very difficult to fill.
Yeah, we have around 350 members at River of Life, and so yeah, we frequently put on events in the past, and we've had youth events as well.
Yeah,
haven't we? Where we've had quite a lot of local young people joining us down at the church, and it's always a great time. You know, it's a great time of family, great time of fellowship, and a great time of just kind of being together, really, in a great environment that feels very welcoming.
Oh, that's
The
nice.
beauty about this event is it's open to all churches, for all denominations, whatever denomination you're from, whether you're a Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, any denomination. Noel Robinson has just got a heart for what he calls unity in the church, which is just bringing everybody together, leave your denomination at the door, and just come and have a great night of worship. And it will be a great night of worship as well.
It's a celebration.
It will be,
Yes.
yes.
It will be,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, I thought Felixstowe was really good for all the denominations getting together. So, have you been in contact with other churches, or is that not something that you have?
No, yes, it's gone. You know, we will get people from outside of Felixstowe to this. There'll be people. I know there's people from Colchester that are interested, and probably further afield. There may be some people from the London area that support Noel Robinson that will be coming as well.
Goodness, so get there early.
Get there early.
Yes,
So
it really.
Yeah.
And the great thing is it's free as well.
Isn't that
So there's no
lovely?
cost to come.
Gosh. And a lot of fellowship as well, because you'll meet so many, different people, from different religions. I think it sounds a wonderful get together.
The great thing is as well with the Sunday morning show, which is where we are between 8 and 10 on a Sunday morning. You can find Dave and I there if you tune into 107.5 FM. Quick plug for the radio there. So you can tune in and listen to some of the most contemporary Christian music on a Sunday morning. And the lovely thing is, just in response to what you were asking, Maureen, about different churches, is we do have lots of other churches contacting us with events, and we kind of put out their events for them as well on the Sunday morning show. So it's for every denomination, the Sunday morning show.
That's a lovely show, actually.
Yeah,
and what time is it again?
8 until 10 on a Sunday morning.
8 till 10 on a Sunday morning. I wondered if you all know that, and it's a good one to remember.
Yep.
It is.
I shall tune in.
Yeah.
And we have got a passion as well for supporting local artists. So we've got a lot of talent in Felixstowe, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's we've got Andy Rayner, who is a great musician. He does the Churches Together music. We've got Brother Touch, which is another Christian rap artist in Ipswich. A rap artist, you see.
Wow.
People seem to think of Christian music, don't they, as sort of Come By Armour Lord and Onward Christian Soldiers. But it's, tune in on a Sunday morning and you will be pleasantly surprised. I can guarantee it. Yeah.
No, I'm going to. I think that sounds great, doesn't it?
It's exciting.
Well,
and we have lots of people actually say to us that actually it really gets their Sunday off to a good start.
Yeah.
So they tune in, because obviously the music and the lyrics are all very uplifting and just helpful for life, really.
I think hymns are wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, and I go back to the old hymns, but I mean, they're a lot more jolly now, aren't they? than they were? But the words are the words.
They
That's
are.
it.
Yeah.
And there's some great old classics as well. So, there are some that have been, they've stood the test of time, and there are contemporary versions of them. So,
right.
There's a couple of great old classics on the Sunday morning show between 8 and 10 as well. There you go.
So does Noel Robinson write his own music, or does he record and play?
He does write his own stuff.
Yeah.
He's headlined all over the country. He was in Africa a couple of months back, sort of doing a tour there. He's just signed a big record deal with Integrity Music, which is one of the largest Christian music record labels in Europe.
And he was the top recording artist, Christian recording artist of 2014.
No.
Yeah, in the UK.
And he's coming. He's coming
here to Felixstowe.
I can see why you're
Yeah, that's why we're excited.
My
Yeah.
goodness. I mean, that's really big, isn't it?
There's about 10. There's going to be about 10 musicians in the band. So, and be prepared. It's going to be lively. It's going to be lively, exciting, a very It's just going to be great. It's just going to be a night of celebration. I think that's the word that you used.
Yes.
And it will be as well. So. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And also, is he a pastor himself?
Yes, he is.
I don't know what you would call
he's,
him. What would you?
Oh, I should have done some research. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
No, but he has.
Sorry.
He has. He leads like worship events, and I think if you Google him, I'll probably say the wrong thing. So if you Google Noel Robinson, you will find out a little bit more about him. There's lots of videos on there.
I've forgotten what the actual title is, but I knew he was.
Yeah.
You know, he was of that. He was like a preacher.
Yes, he's an
Perhaps
evangelist. I would say that the word was.
Yeah.
But doing it through music as well. So
isn't that
yeah,
lovely?
it's gonna be
Music's
great.
a wonderful way to learn
It
a lot
is,
of things.
yeah.
It is. It reaches a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Mm.
Do you know what your viewers are, your listeners are?
Listeners on a Sunday morning, I don't think...
It varies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does vary. I think we have a lot of listeners from, as Dave was saying, a whole variety of places. So we have listeners in London, we have listeners in Lincoln, in Manchester, in Southend. Sometimes we have listeners in Australia, and we have a regular listener who listens in from
Clacton.
Switzerland.
Mm.
And so people
lovely.
listening from all over, because you can actually pick it up on the internet.
Right.
So even if you're not local, where you can pick it up on DAB radio locally, you can pick it up, on through your internet via your phone or your
So
laptop.
anywhere, wherever I was in the
Anywhere
country,
in the
I
world,
could pick
or
him
anywhere in
up.
the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's wonderful, because I really have this feeling that if you've been to Felixstowe or you've lived in Felixstowe, you take a bit away with you, and you want to sort of come back. You want to hear about it, see what's happening, and I just get the feeling your programme is different. I don't know that there are many programmes that are quite like yours.
Yeah.
No.
I think different would be a word to use.
You get a lot of banter on there
yes,
on the Sunday
yeah.
morning.
How
Very-
lovely is that?
Yes.
I mean, that's I get that. I can see between the two of you, smiling faces. It's lovely. I could see your shows will be really uplifting
Oh, bless
and
you.
joyous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen.
Probably disappointed a lot of listeners now they know what we look like, because they've only been able to hear us. They've only been able to hear us in the
I'm
past.
sure they'll be pleasantly surprised. Surprised. So, is this the first time you've had anybody of Noel's calibre? If that's the right word.
We've
coming to
had Soul Survivor, a band called Soul Survivor. They've been to Felixstowe before.
and they're quite big, aren't they?
They're quite well known amongst the youth. They do have like a youth conference which is called Soul Survivor.
Right.
They come from a church in Watford, and they did come to the River of Life Church. But these artists, they will come to any church. But it's just great that River of Life actually said that they'll be willing to hold it purely because they've got the capacity to hold the amount of people that we're hoping are going to come. I think if we could get 500 people, I'd be extremely happy.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but we'll just have to see. The more people that know about it,
Yes.
and the more people that tell other people about it, that's the reason we're here tonight.
I think that's
So-
fantastic. Shall we again say what the dates are?
Oh, yes.
Yes. We'll tell you the dates again.
Okay, I'll look at the camera as well. It's March the 27th, Friday, March the 27th, and it's at River of Life Church in Langer Road, and the doors open at 7 o'clock, and it should all start at 7:30. Admission is free, and just come along, bring your friends, tell your friends, and it's going to be a great night. I can guarantee it. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, I
If
can
not,
see-
we'll refund your money. There you
Refund
go.
your money.
Full refund on the door.
Do you have
So-
to stand, or is there seating in there? Because
Well, this is where we're being a bit crafty here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to want to sit all the way through this. So
Oh, is
we're
this the dancing one?
You're going to be up on your feet. I can
I
guarantee
like
it.
that.
So the seats are going to be moved halfway back, which
Right.
will leave an opportunity. If you want to stand, you want to worship standing, then that's fine. If you want to sit, there's seats there to sit. So
Oh, right.
it's going to suit all ages and all brackets. So yeah, you can.
Fantastic.
It's just free. It's just come and just be yourself. And there will be a message given in the words and the songs. You're not going to be preached at. it's just going to be a great night of musical celebration.
Yes,
So
it sounds
a
wonderful.
night of praise, that's what it will be.
And well done for,
No.
I think it's your persistence as well. It's very easy to get cards and think, I will
Yeah.
contact somebody, but you didn't. You sort of
Yeah.
contacted him and
Well,
got
we
it
did,
on.
and
Persistent, aren't you,
it's-
Dave?
I
Dog
can
with
be
a bone,
persistent.
Dave,
Yeah.
aren't you? Yes, never give up, never give up. It's great. Yeah, done
So,
really well.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm sure he's always on the road, by the sounds of it, on the road. And it must
Well-
be very difficult to get a date when you can
Yes.
get him as well.
Well, the following week that he's at Felixstowe, he's at a Christian conference called Spring Harvest, which is rather, a very large. There's about probably 10, 12, 15,000 people
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
get to Spring Harvest. So, and he's going to be there the following week after us. So, we are very, very
Blessed, yeah.
blessed to have him to Felixstowe.
Yeah, I think
So-
it was meant to happen. I'm
It
just
was,
saying
yeah.
that it is.
Check-
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Well, that is part of a faith walk, actually, having faith that these things will happen.
Yes.
And yeah, when
They
the time's
do.
right, they do. Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
it.
pleased for you. It sounds wonderful. And is this the start of you doing things like this?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
if this goes well, just watch this space. Felixstowe is just such a great town to live in.
Yes.
We've got a good church community. We've got churches together. We've got so many musicians and artists in the town. There's been some great pastors that have come and gone. And it's just, and we say, don't we, every Sunday we always finish the show. If you've tried a church and you didn't like it, try another one, because they are all different. So don't just go to one church and think, that's not for me. Try another one, because the music variations is so different from one to another.
Yeah.
You've got the contemporary music at Christ Church, you've got the brass band at the Salvation Army,
Oh,
you've got, other churches which are doing the normal hymns. There's different variety of music in the town. So it's not about music,
No,
it's the worship which is a real
Yeah.
big part of celebration.
This is an amazing town.
It is
isn't
an amazing
It really
town,
is.
yeah.
It's a lovely place.
You've just said it, you've got such a selection. It's not that big.
No,
It really isn't, but it seems to have everything. I think Felixstowe's blessed.
yeah.
It's a
It is,
wonderful
and we
town.
have so many talented people as well.
Yes.
So
I can't believe that, the talent here.
it's wonderful. Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
And it is also, this event is also not being sponsored, but Felixstowe Radio, and Felixstowe Radio is part of Felixstowe TV.
It
So
is.
we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
We're all together in this.
Yeah.
So it's it's really exciting that even organisations outside of the churches are getting involved. You're giving us the opportunity to speak about it. Felixstowe Radio have given us the opportunity to talk about it and to have this show that we do on a Sunday morning. It's just great.
It is.
It is, and I
yeah.
think it's, as you say, it's Felixstowe TV and Felixstowe Radio. We're very blessed to have those in such a what is relatively small community,
Yeah.
and they're very effective. So, we're really appreciating the opportunity to come and talk this evening, because the radio, I think, is probably one of the best community radios that I've listened to,
Yes.
certainly, because I do tend
It
to
is.
tune in to local community radio just to kind of see what's on locally when I'm travelling around. But Felixstowe is very, very good.
I think it's very professional,
quality.
all run by volunteers
Yes,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's amazing, I think, because you've got so many committed people. But that's what makes Felixstowe such a special place.
Yeah.
There are so many people here that
And
are...
we just approached you guys and you said, "Come on, that's what it's here for. It's for the community."
Yes.
Which is
yeah.
great.
I'm excited.
Are you free on the 27th?
Well, I think I will be.
You'll have to be now.
I'll have to be now,
Bring
yeah.
your friends along. Just thinking about that, story, Dave, and thinking about, would it be worth just sharing? Because I think that's a lovely story, how the Sunday morning show came to start, which is what's led on to all of this, really.
Okay, right, well, I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I walked past Felixstowe Radio when it first started, and there was a sign outside saying, "What type of music do you want to hear on the radio?" So I thought, well, you never hear sort of Christian music on radio stations. So I just went in armed with a CD of my
CD.
favourite band, which I won't go down that line. Tune in on
I
a
have to
Sunday
say,
morning and you'll
delirious.
find out. And as I walked in, there was a couple of kiddies in there, a little bit fuggy looking, and I thought, well, no, I'll forget it. I'll just go to the car. And I went to the car, and something said to me, go back, and I went back, and as I walked back into the radio station, there was Adrian Waite, who was like one of the I'm not sure if he's a director or is it he was it sort of part in
Management.
charge,
Yeah.
there, and he said, how can I help you? I said, well, do you play Christian music? And his response was, no, we don't. When do you want to start? I said, well, I don't want to start, just here's a CD, can you, here's some music for you, as a gift sort of thing. He said, no, he said, we've got an 8 till 10 slot, which we can't fill. It's been open for 3 months. He said, and we just can't fill it. He said, so I think that's why you're here. So
Wow.
that was 5 years ago.
Hallelujah.
And it's
5 years.
5 years, and
That's
it's
a
grown
long
from there.
time.
So
Yes, it is.
if you've got a passion about a genre of music, just go along. They're looking for presenters. So it's been great, and we've just really just enjoyed it. It's been such great fun. We've met so many people. I've met a legend of mine, Nigel Benn, which
wow.
I've managed to interview him. We've met Davy Fulkus.
Yeah.
Is this interviewing at the radio?
Interviewing at the radio,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And who's the chap we interviewed at St John's?
Ooh,
I'm going to test your memory there.
I can't remember.
He does a lot of work around.
But I know my mother-in-law had about
Palestine.
2 albums of his in the loft, so he was famous. But I can't remember his name. So, but we interviewed him.
And we've had guests on to interview as well, people from the local community telling stories about when they're going on a mission trip, or if young people who are going off to do something spectacular somewhere, so they come in and share on a Sunday morning. So we often say if people have got something they'd like to come and share, they're welcome to come and share
Isn't
it.
that lovely?
And you request a song,
It's
we will
community.
play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will
Once
play
we've found it.
Once we've found it. If we haven't got it, we'll always play it the following week.
Yes, we will.
So,
Do you get many requests?
Yeah,
We
we get.
do.
Do you?
Yeah.
We had one show actually.
Where it's all requests.
All requests.
Whole show,
Every song
2
was a
hours.
request from listeners.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So your listeners, you must have quite a few of them.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
We have. We do like to celebrate them. So at Christmas as well, we tend to do the listeners' top 10. So things that people have requested, we put that into a list at Christmas time, so we can sort of hear what's been played throughout the year, which goes down really well, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
we're really blessed
We
ourselves
are.
through
Yes, we have,
through doing
yeah.
the show every Sunday morning. So yeah.
It's been great fun. Great journey.
You're a wonderful advert for the show and for what you do, actually.
you.
I've never
Yeah.
seen anybody smile as much as you do. Make me smile now. Well, do you know what? We've been talking for quite some time.
We have, haven't we?
now.
So it has
Yes.
gone on. Could I just plug one thing about...
Please do,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. We sort of in the summer, we did ask churches in Felixstowe if their young people wanted to do a video based around a Christian song. And we had quite a lot of response where a lot of people were going to come forward, but in the end we only had one. So I've left the
have
CD
you
out.
bought it?
I've got the CD out there.
Oh,
so
right.
if you could possibly
We'll play
take it on
it.
at the end of
Yes,
it,
of
it would
course
be
we will.
great. It
That'd
was
be great.
so.
And do we know who they are? Is it on the
Written
CD?
I've got it on the front of the CD. Can I go and get it very quickly? Are you able to cut?
No problem. Because what we'll do is we'll write it, if it's on there, we'll write it up so they get full credit for what they've done.
That's
so
fine.
You can show me afterwards, and we'll
I'll
make
show you
sure
afterwards.
it's on
Fabulous.
on the
Superb.
on the.
But the beauty is
video.
that the kids, they sent an email afterwards, and they had so much fun sort of making it, that so much so that they didn't know it was going to happen until they turned up at the church. So the adults were involved as well, and not only have they sung on it, they've done their own music on it as well. They've
gosh.
recorded the sound in a different area to the church because it sounded better in the coffee area than it did in the church. So they've dubbed it over the top as well. And they've done this short video, which is to a Christian song, which they've done all of themselves. And
Wow.
it's great that they've done it, and they had so much fun doing it as well. And it's encouraged kids at the church who've got editing skills to edit the film. Some that are, you know, like singing and acting. It's just brought all of their talents all together, and they've just done it, and it's great. So if you watch it and you think we could have done better than that, well, sorry, but you couldn't because you didn't come forward and do it. So these kids, all the credit goes to them, and I know they're going to be watching and they're going to want to see it.
Oh,
so,
yes, well, we'll let you know when it's up on the screen.
let us know
and,
when it is, and
yeah.
then we'll let them know
Yeah.
as well, so they can tune in.
Yeah.
That's it.
This has been such a lovely interview.
No.
You're
Thank
lovely
you, Maureen.
people.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank
You've
you
been
for
a lovely
coming.
interviewer too. So bless you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this. We're going to put up at the end the dates again for Noel Robinson when he'll be at the River of Life Church, which is on the, was it 27th?
27th.
27th of March, 7:30.
7:30 starts, 7 o'clock doors open.
Fabulous. But we'll put that up at the end, just in case you haven't got a pen and paper handy. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for coming today.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much
Maureen.
for having us
Thank
on
you.
there and
Thank
listening
you.
on a Sunday morning as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to finish with this lovely little video. So see what you think. Goodbye for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is a catchy song that we sing into the Congo. We dance and sing to Christ the King. Why don't you sing along while we dance the Congo? Praise God above for all his love.
King David danced before the Lord, worship filled his heart. We can dance before him too, this is how we start.
This is a catchy song that